Scores of over 70 from Latham, Steele and Clark hauled Durham back into contention with Sussex at Chester Street. Durham started day 2 of their game against Sussex under plenty of pressure, with Jennings already out on the last ball of day 1. Steele joined Latham at the crease, and the 22-year-old struck his first boundary to get off the mark in the opening over of the day. 2 overs later, and Latham hit 11 off Jordan. That included a pair of boundaries. Robinson and Jordan tightened their line, and they tied both batsmen down as a consequence. Over the course of the next 11 overs, just 12 runs were added to the total, but in spite of the pressure that was being exerted, Sussex couldn't break through. Garton was brought into the attack, but both Steele and Latham were able to put the 20-year-old left-armer away, and as lunch approached, the frustration grew for the visitors, along with the partnership for the hosts. Latham, fresh off the back of a century against Kent in the previous round, moved to 50 just before lunch, and at the interval, the pair had taken their partnership to 112, Latham on 60, Steele just 7 away from a 7th first-class half-century. 120 for 1 the score, Durham still 226 behind Sussex's first innings total. With the first ball after the break, Steele showed the home team's intent as he cracked Jordan to the boundary for 4. And in the England seamer's next over, Steele moved to 50. Runs continued to come freely for the pair, and by the end of over 41 they brought up the 150 partnership. Steele looked set to overhaul his partner Latham, but when he was 1 run behind the opener he fell, caught by Garton off Robinson for 73. Robinson then held a good line in his next over before dismissing Latham with the opening ball of his following one. Evans with the catch to give Robinson his 3rd wicket of the innings. Latham out for 77. 181 for 3 was soon to become 193 for 4, as skipper Collingwood lasted just 5 balls before becoming Garton's first wicket, falling LBW for 4. Clark and Richardson began to put on a useful partnership for the 5th wicket. But their efforts were curtailed when Jordan forced Richardson to nick off, Burgess with the catch, as Richardson was out for 15. 222 for 5 the score at this stage, putting Pringle in with Clark. The pair found it hard to score initially, but Clark started to find his feet, and as he began to find the boundary rope, the partnership started to gather some steam. They made it to tea on 2-4-8, and after the break, Clark continued to press on towards his 50. Following a brief interlude as the players were forced off the pitch for bad light, they returned to bring up both Clark's half-century, his 4th of the season, and the 50 partnership. Robinson returned to the attack, and in the 2nd over of his spell, he made the breakthrough once more, Pringle the man out, falling LBW for 19. After Jordan and Robinson were unable to make any further inroads into the Durham lineup, with the score moving past 300, Wells brought on Garton, and in his first over, he was struck to the boundary by both batsmen. Jordan bowled the final over of the day, Clark taking himself onto 73 not out at the close, Cass on 21. Stumps, 321 for 6, still 25 runs behind their visitors, but with 4 wickets still remaining. The game in the balance at the halfway point.